I just reviewed a Polaris that was $50,000. This Can-Am's supposed to do pretty much the same thing for like 15 grand less. We'll find out if it can do it. This Defender is being provided to us by Jorgensen Power Sports here in Richfield, Utah. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below. Let's get right into it. This has a 976cc engine putting out 82 horsepower and then 69 pound-feet of torque. It also comes with the dump truck bed. As you can see, it lifts up the handle and it will stay fixed in place. By the way, you got to actually pull the handle again to pop it down, but lots of utility there. I'm trying to hit 500,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I'd really appreciate it if you'd help out with that. As you can see, this is enclosed. We got a front windshield. We'll go over some fun stuff with that a little bit later, but I do like the satin blue finish on this. We also have headlights, and then it has a 4,500 pound winch integrated to the front. With that winch and the bull guard, it definitely has an aggressive looking front end. Tire and wheel setup is 30 by 9 by 14, so quite a bit of sidewall. I like the bronze finish on the wheels, matches the blue nicely. And then you've got pretty aggressive tread pattern there. Fender Limited badge. And then you'll note that this is the full 4-door. And here's actually a look at the side profile of the rig. Now when it comes to the bed, it's really easy to open. You just have that little handle that you pull. Now this has a 250 pound weight limit to it, and you can see that the bed is very durable. Again, it's got that dump truck feature. When you're all done, the tailgate being a little bit more heavy duty, it is going to have a little bit of weight to it, but it's pretty light, all things considered. Of course, Can-Am, and then this does have taillights. That is going to cap things off for the exterior. Let's now check out the interior. I love this. Roll up and roll down windows. Now with the seats, of course, the Limited logo, but they're made out of materials that are both comfortable and durable. Good legroom here in the rear. Of course, we got this grab handle in the center, and then there is a ton of headroom in the back. These door handles are so funky, but I do like the handles and then the door opening. Would you look at that? Up front actually gets power windows. Now the front passengers also get those same seats with the nice trim and then the durable trim in the center. And I do think it's a big plus that the floors are easy to clean. Well, let's start it up. The steering wheel kind of reminds me of a school bus steering wheel, but durable trim all around. I have an old school look at the gauge cluster, but I really like it. I am kind of sick of the super fancy digital everything. This is very clear to read. It lets you know, like, hey, is your diff locked or unlocked? Are you in 2-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive? And speaking of that, you can see we're in 2-wheel drive right now. You can pop in 4-wheel drive. You not only have a rear differential lock, we also have a front diff lock too. And then on top of that, we do have drive modes that we can switch between. It just shows right here. You've got work, eco off, basically. And then the climate controls are kind of hilarious. So you press in and that'll change, like it's set to cool right now. And then if you want to change the fan speed, and by the way, low is still pretty high with the fan speed. This does have some storage. So you've got this little box that you can actually completely pick up and remove out of this area, but it's a little storage box, handle to pull it off of the dash. And I guess while we're on the topic of handles, just pull that and then you can push it open, and that's a cool feature. This does also come equipped with the rear view mirror. Finally, if you pick up the front seat, there's the storage box underneath that's also removable, so practical. So this is about $33,000, almost $34,000 before you add the options to it. If you want to add options, let's drive it. Let us set off in this. And by the way, it does have a high and a low, so just since we're on the grass, I'll show you guys the low. So you can see it's kind of like a low range, super torquey on the low end, good control. And if we pop it into high, which is what we'll be driving it in, you can see a lot less torquey feeling. Let's hope my backpack stays. We'll see. Now I just drove the Polaris, was it the Ranger 1500 XD, yada yada yada. Basically the same as this truck. Now the Polaris did have, I would say, more impressive figures with some of the items, but it's also $15,000 more expensive. And I mean, I can tell you right off the bat, just going over the features and everything, you're definitely paying for the Polaris name, it seems like. Versus the Can-Am here, you're getting lots of value. Man, the power delivery is great. Yeah, genuinely, it's got great power. Yeah, smooth too. I feel like I'm a school bus driver. Like I'm right up against the steering wheel. And it's this big circle that you kind of, like, look at this! It's like a school bus! This is hilarious. But yeah, it does have fantastic power delivery. And it handles really well too. Pretty good power. I mean, it's not the fastest, of course. But it can get up to speed. I mean, the Polaris is definitely quicker. That's for sure. Definitely quicker. And the suspension's pretty comfortable. It's not, I will say that is one thing that I am noticing Polaris does better than anyone else so far, is the suspension comfort over bumps and everything. It just seems to be the best. Damped. Curse my Utah accent. My wife was making fun of me the other day because I don't know if you guys know this, in Utah we don't pronounce T's. Like, we don't say mountain, we say mountain. And you know, for the most part, like I've gotten rid of a lot of the weird Utah things, but sometimes it still pops up, right? It's just force of habit. I can't remember what word I said, but I just said it without the T. And my wife, like, she looks at me and she's like, we'll just pretend it was mountain. She's like, mountain. And I'm like, mountain. Yeah, this thing's fun. So this kind of gives you all the capability. And again, at a much more affordable price point. Still over $30,000. But man, those Polaris are expensive. That's for sure. So, yeah, in conclusion, I think the Defender's nice. The only thing that I'd critique it for, like I said, is the air conditioning system. I mean, they could at least make this a little bit more intuitive. I figured it out, obviously, so you can work with it, but that would be nice. I actually like their window better than Polaris. It's a little bit easier to use on that front. Maybe make this less school bus-like. I don't know, maybe people like this though. Just weird feeling. But yeah, overall, I mean, this is nice, spacious interior. I got power windows up front. So, let me guys think about the Defender here.